Hello guys, welcome to one more video. In this one, we are going to discuss some different kind of topic concerning to architecture. In this case, it will be micro front-end architecture. What we are going to do is we are going to build a small React application just for demonstration purposes. And inside this React application, we are going to embed our Still application. So those are the points we are going to go through. We are going to create our React app using Vite, and then we are going to install the app loader from Still.js, which is the Still.js library that allows us to integrate our Still JS application into another application which was built using another framework. On the third point, we are going to discuss, or we are going to create our Still app inside our our React project. And inside this point, we are going to create a new Still component, and then we are going to embed this same component into our React project or application. On the fourth point, we are going to see how we can make it possible for React to get access to those methods and variables or state variables or properties variables that are on the Still component. And finally, we are going to see about intercommunication, in which we are going to uh, do some kind of demonstration on how Still.js can notify React or the other application about some kind of event or changes. So without further ado, what I will do next is we'll create our React application. For that, I have React documentation opened here. So I'll go to um, our VS Code, just rename it to Still React demo. The application is created. Let me now go and open. Should be here, here, here. I'll open. I will say it on save. This is our roadmap, and here we are. This is our React application. What I would do next is go to the terminal, and um, I have to install the dependencies for the React application. In addition to that, I will also install the Still uploader uploader dependency. So here we are. Now I will run the application, say npm run dev. It is running. I will go to the browser, open a new window, and here we are. Our React application is running. What I will do next is I will create our Still.js application inside the React project. So for that, I'll go to the public, and this is exactly where we have to put our Still application. We can have our own folder structure, but it needs to be inside the public. So I will create the micros folder, and inside the micros, I'll create Still app one, and in here is where I will generate my Still application. Say uh, public micro Still app one. So I have the Still CLI installed already. If you guys don't have it, please go ahead and take a look on how we can install it. This is under npm. I will also put the description, the link on the description. So let's move forward. I will do Still loan. So when it comes to building a micro front-end application or even a Still application by following the learn component, I mean, without downloading the whole Still.js folder structure, uh, and in this case, by using the CDN, we have to create our project by using learn. If it is a regular project, it will be still in it. But in this case, it is a loan project or a loan still application. But one thing that we have to keep in mind, no matter if it is a regular one or if it is a loan, um, they have the same kind of capabilities. They work just the same way. The big difference is just that in one situation, you don't have like the whole folder, and on the other situation, you have the whole folder. When you don't have the whole folder, you will be using the CDN. So that said, what I'll do next, I will create a new component. This is the app. We can see because we are using like the loan approach. This is very minimal, only the app folder and the config because of the routes is what we need. So I would now create a new component. I will come in here and I will say still um, C from create, CP from component. That will go to app components. That will say student component. Yeah. So because our still project is a long project, then the component also needs to be long. Then I need to use this dash dash long flag, and the component will get created. We can check on that. This is the component we created. What I'll do next is I will go to my React application. Um, I will first of all get rid of um, some of those things. I don't need all of it, just some part. Okay, I will keep the div and I will say this is the React entry point component. I will create another React component. Let me fold it. I will come in here. I will create a new folder. I will call components. And then inside here, I will say regular or React regular component .js. So here we are. Now GSX. Now I will do export const, just return. I'll put a div in here. This is React regular component. I'll just put some styling here. Uh, font, weight, say it's bold. I'll save it. I will now embed this component into our entry point. Let me see if it gets imported. Here we are. I'll go, okay, here we are. We have the content on the entry point component, and this is the other component that got created just a while ago. Next, I will now come in here and I will, let me just remove whatever we don't need. We don't need these as well. So I will come in here and I will say still app is equal to new still uploader. Here we are. And then from the uploader, I will then say CDN. So we have um, two options. We have the CDN and the local. So in this one, we are going to use the CDN, but I will show you guys the other example, which I have the local approach, which also means that I will have the whole StillJS folder inside our React application or React project. So I'll go cdn, and I have to specify this environment variable, uh, which is the still home. And this variable, I have to specify the path in where our Still.js application is staying. So this is inside public, micro, and that's the path. I'll copy it from here. I'll paste it. I This is from public onward, and we need to have the slash at the end. This is mandatory. So after that, what I'll say, it's load. So that done, what we need to do next is, I mean, from this moment onward, we can start bringing our Still components inside our React application. So what I will do is I will come in here. I will say st element component will be student component. Let me see if I'm not misspelling things here. I'll copy it and I'll paste it here. Yeah, it's good. Let me go to the browser and let me refresh it. And here we are. You guys can see this is exactly the component from Still.js. Now we have our Still.js application running inside React. So what I will do next is I will come in here. I will get rid of this. I will use the HTML template. I'll just copy this guy. Remember, uh, for the template to automatically be detected, we just need to keep the same name and make it HTML, and we should be good to go. I will have a div in here, and I'll say this is the student component, and I'll also have a form. We don't need action. Actually, it's just for very specific purpose. And I will bind this form, I mean this input, to the name state variable, which it doesn't exist yet. And I will bind this same state variable in here. By the way, I will wrap it in a span so I can have some styling. Say style, color, say red, say font weight, bold. I'll save it. It should be good. Now I will create this state variable in our component. This is a state variable. And one thing that you guys might have noticed that this view component is not being imported. This is a normal on the, and this is the way things needs to be when it comes to long component, because the CDN itself will handle those imports and so on. This is why we don't need to import, but we need to extend anyway. So I will create another property variable, should be prop capital P. So guys, if you didn't see the video concerning to state variables and properties variables, please go ahead and take a look on that so you guys can get more familiar with what are those and what is the purpose of each of them. So I will say show content. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna pick this one and I will create some additional content in here. So is this is additional content, and in here I will say show if equals to self show if. So what will happen in here is this content will be displayed in case this a variable value is true. In case it is false, it will be hidden. So we have now our component changed, and we can see it here. Let me change something here, put some text, and we can see that from the React application, we are able to get like those Still.js features. So now what I will do is I will now make it possible for React to get access to whatever is method or variable inside a still component. For that, we have this st ref property, and we have to assign it with some kind of unique ID or unique reference. I'll call my first or my still component one, for example. I can do like this, or I can just come in here, which is by leveraging React state. I'll say F1, for example. As I said, ref1. I'll say use state, and I'll pass it in here. And in here, I will just say ref1. So yeah, this is more manageable. So what I will do next is I'll go to the still app component that will say set refs. This set refs receives an array with all the references I want them React to have access to the methods and properties or variables of those components that have those references. So yeah, that's it. So this is for setting all the components I want to control from React. So now to retrieve or to get the component itself, I will go again in the component and I will say ref. So on the ref, I will pass again which ref I'm going to use for this case. So what is happening here is I have this reference which is being assigned in here to this component. This same ref, when I do component ref on the uploader, it will then access the component itself, which is the student component instance. So, and in here, remember, we have here our name. Then what I will do is come in here, and I'll say name, and I'll say on change. So from that point onward, this is Still.js, and I'll say on change receive a new value, just say var, and I will just log something in the console. Say React is being notified from Still, and I'll pass the value. One more thing, like React doesn't control when the Still.js app will get loaded. By the way, React will load first because React needs to get loaded first, and then Still.js application will load. This is for that reason, I will set a timeout so we can add some time. We can allow some time for the Still.js application to fully load. I will add 100. Yeah, this is, I think we are good. What I'll do, I'll go to the browser again. Let me refresh it. Okay, we are good. I'll open the terminal. Let me clear the console, and I'll start typing something. And we can see that this is on the Still.js and this is on the React. So React now is communicating or is getting notified from Still.js uh, component or application. So what I will do next, before we wrap this up, is I will come in here and I will create another state variable. First, var state one. I will say set state one initial value, and I will create a method in here called Still.js. No, it won't be called Still.js, by the way. By the way, we don't, yeah, we'll need this for the other scenario. And in here, what I will do is I will say set state one, we are going to pass the value. And then we are going to bind this state in our React by coming here and doing this. I'll go again, refresh it, need it. Yeah, new, yeah, something. Okay, we can see new value. So React now is getting updated from Still.js component. Um, like what is happening here, as we can understand. So I'm typing something on the Still component, which is then um, uh, so through the on change, um, it is notifying React about those changes. So let me now do another test. First of all, another like um, scenario. What I will do next is we can see that our content should be there. No, it is not. Yeah, because this is false, I will say true. And we can see that our content is here. So now what I will do is I will come in here and I can pass my state straight from here. But one thing, um, like the camel case doesn't take effect. In this case, what I'll have to do is to put everything in lowercase, or I would use underscore. This works the same way. But when it comes to a camel case, if we are passing from React, it won't like take effect. Then I will come in here, I will just change it in here as well. It's lowercase, everything. Let me check on that. Okay, we can see it here. So what I will do now is I will go to React and I'll say this will be equals to the default is true. I'll say equals to false. Let me refresh again, and we can see that it doesn't shows up anymore. So now I will create a method here, show enable content, and this method, what it will do is it will I'll say show hide content. Now I will get this method and I will go to our React application. First thing first, uh, I will, instead of instantiating our uploader inside here, I will do it. Yeah, we are good. yeah, this is really good. Then what I will do is, yeah, I will just do some small changes here. The still app will be a state, which then I will do like this. This is our still app instance now. And here we are. Now, because this is a state, I can access this inside here. Actually, I could access even if it wasn't a state, but yeah, it's preferable that I do things like this because sometimes we might be using some kind of hook, like the use effect hook, for example. Um, then I'll come in here and I'll say, um, actually, it's just the same. Sorry, it's just this. Not this, it's this. I'll get the component itself, and inside of from the component I will call the method that show and hide the content according to that flag. Now I have this method in here. I will create another React uh, fragment, in this case a button. I will say on click, and I will call this call Still.js show hide Still.js content. I'll save it and I'll go to the browser. I'll refresh and I'll press, and we can see, like, as I click, React is now able to manipulate or to handle or to call those methods that are available or are implemented on the Still component. My name is myself. We can see that this is updating on the Still component itself, and in here is on the React component. So guys, this is it for this tutorial. I also wanted to show you guys about the other the other approach, which is by using the local instead of let me go here. Yeah, this is the local. I will open it. I'll just show the project itself. I won't um, put it to run. So this is the project. Uh, it's almost everything we've done there, except for the in here we are using the hook, and we are also unloading the application. Um, in this case, the Still application. But the most important thing I wanted to show up is how we have our microservice, and this is inside the ms folder, and then inside it we have the Still, and inside the Still we have the whole folder structure. As you guys can see, this is the whole Still folder structure, and the difference is we are saying that this is local, but again we always have to specify the Still home environment variable. So that's it. I just wanted to share one more thing. The uploader is there is a, a very like elaborated documentation on the npm, so you guys can go ahead and take a look and try something. Also, this project I will make it available through GitHub. You guys can download it and run it. Remember, this is a React project with Still app inside it. So that's it. Thank you guys. See you on the next one.